NBA fined to $35,000.
They fined me $35,000? Yeah. Why, Kevin? I got fined $35,000. Why, Kevin? They fined me $35,000. Kevin, why? Hey, don't put this on YouTube. This is what you call a meltdown. Why? Meltdown. He gonna get fined for this. He gonna get fined for this. Why did they fine me? Why did they fine All I said was why.
That's it.
Hey, all I said was why.
Cha-ching.
Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back again with another YouTube video. So we finally got a conclusion to the Sssniperwolf doxing jacksfilms situation that's been going on over the past week. And just like the Mass Effect 3 ending, it was all that build up, everyone was hoping, all this stuff, and then it turns out it was just extremely disappointing, which a lot of us did see coming. I literally did a video saying how they weren't going to ban her, so a lot of us weren't surprised. It's still disappointing. That being said, it seems like YouTube responded at around the exact same time on Twitter as Sssniperwolf, so I feel like there's some sort of connection there. I feel like they were planning this, which is really weird. There's some biasness happening with the response, which we're going to get into. So I'm going to catch you guys really quickly up to date. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know and heard the story a million times, but there's the few people who haven't been really following it. That being said, Sssniperwolf, who's a massive YouTube channel with 34 million subscribers and I think 5.6 million followers on Instagram, if that hasn't gone down yet, and basically she's been beefing with another YouTuber named jacksfilms. He's an OG YouTuber, and basically he's taken a liking to criticizing reaction content. A lot of people think that he's just going after Sssniperwolf, but he went after like Jinx, he went after other YouTubers before Sniperwolf, but Sniperwolf happens to be the biggest reaction channel on YouTube and the scummiest. So basically she is a reaction content creator in which he'll just take clips off TikTok and re-upload them and pretend to react to them, which is just extremely lazy content, especially for a channel with 34 million subscribers. You know, I expect maybe a smaller channel to do it, to kind of build up their channel, but I don't expect a giant 34 million subscriber channel to be putting out content like this. Like, it is piss poor content. She doesn't credit anyone, she steals content. So pretty much jacksfilms didn't like this, and so he made a bunch of videos criticizing her every time she would steal content, or pretty much try to hold her accountable, because YouTube does not hold anyone accountable. And so for the most part, it kind of stayed online. He would make a video about her, she would make a very upset tweet back at him. It was kind of a back and forth, but she decided to up the ante when she went to her Instagram and say, hey, jacksfilms lives 5 minutes away from my shoot, so I go visit him. Well, she did a poll, yes or no, pretty much saying, guys, should I go incriminate myself and go dox another YouTuber? And then I guess her simp said yes. She ended up driving over to his house, and instead of actually going and interacting with him, which it doesn't really matter in my opinion, I feel like she shouldn't have been there anyways, but instead of interacting with him or texting him, she decided to take a picture of his front door, say let's talk like adults, which is clearly trying to push a message to him and her audience that like, hey, this is where he lives, and hey, I know where you live, jacksfilms, which is extremely creepy. And then she just drove away. Her simps were trying to protect her, saying, oh, she was trying to be an adult, she tried meeting him in person. Why didn't she just text him to go get coffee, or say, hey, let's squash this? Or if she really thought jacksfilms was harassing her or attacking her, she could have brought it up with YouTube. It seems like she's in favor with YouTube, and she could easily get a hold of one, unlike other content creators, you know. So after that happened, a lot of people were calling her out. YouTube was radio silent for literally 6 days, you know. And then what does she do? What does she do when she finds out? She goes on this massive rant on Instagram saying how she's the victim, how this guy has been harassing her. She didn't dox him. She doesn't even know how to dox. How can you do something if you don't even know how to do it? It's ridiculous. She knew exactly what she was doing. She's been on the YouTube platform for years. She knew she just doxed him, you know what I mean? And she was playing the victim card. She even, at one point, she took a screenshot of someone saying like modern men, as if we shouldn't be concerned when someone comes to our house, you know what I mean, or protect our family. If anything, I think jacksfilms is a man for being very concerned about this, because he's worried about his wife and his family. But whatever, she plays the victim, and then she decides to the next day post a picture of, I guess, with her and her sister, which her sister is just a complete other shit show. And she basically said, what you do if we pull up at your house, which is obviously a reference to like a meme of the like, what do you do if we show up, which is a way for pretty girls to try to get like validation on the internet, even though in my personal opinion I would fucking shoot you. Like, you don't show up at my house, I don't care if you're pretty or ugly, you don't show up to my house uninvited. But basically that was obviously a dig at Jack's Films, like, hey, what you do. So she clearly did not care about the situation. She did not care that she just put Jack's Films' life in risk over a little bit of criticism she was getting on the internet, just being a completely massive baby. And then Jack's Films decided to make a response where it seems like he's taking this very seriously. He's very concerned about his family and the safety of his family and the safety of his household now. And so he begged YouTube to do something, demonetize her, get rid of her ad revenue, do something. And then finally YouTube responded back to them literally 6 days later, and I'm gonna give you guys their response because it is so bad. We got update: Sssniperwolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies. Off-platform actions that put other personal safety at risk or harm our community, and the behavior from both creators isn't what we want on YouTube. Hoping everyone helps move this convo to a better place. So yeah, basically guys, a lot of you who were hoping that she was going to get deplatformed or actually get any sort of responsibility for you know, what she did, she's getting a temporary monetization. A lot of people were celebrating, saying, oh, she's getting her monetization taken away. It's temporary. It's probably going to be a week, if not 2 weeks. That's it. It's literally the equivalent of when NFL or NHL refs or the league fines players. It's like, wow, you're fining a player $10,000 when they're a millionaire. Awesome. So Sssniperwolf won't be able to make 150K this month. She'll probably make about 120K off the backs of other content creators. Sick. Good job, YouTube. You can't go after big YouTubers' money. They don't care. They don't care. They'll spend 50K on a pair of shoes and then not even wear the pair of shoes. They'll spend 100K on sub-botting. Like, they don't care about money. So the fact that YouTube's going after her money, they know this isn't even gonna do anything. You know what I mean? The way you go after these big YouTubers is by taking down their channels, giving them strikes, you know, ruining their monetization overall. You know, make sure to be extra hard on their monetization. But no, they're like, yeah, we're just going to give her a temporary monetization ban, which is just so bullshit. And I feel like a lot of people saw this and realized how bullshit that is. You know what I mean? You had someone like Actman who was joking about doxing. You know, he was memeing on it because of Quantum Films and the beef that was going on, or Quantum TV and the beef that was going on. They fucking gave him the long dick of the law when it came to that side. But when it comes to their favorite Sssniperwolf, they go lenient on her, and the big excuse people are coming with, well, it's off platform. So was the Actman, but they still punished him way harshly, and he didn't even dox anyone. He was joking about it on Twitter. So don't give me this off-platform bullshit. They still punish content creators that do stuff off-platform, and it seems like Sssniperwolf is all of a sudden a different story. It's complete bullshit and favoritism at its best. So that being said, that was the response, and if you guys could tell by the response too, they're like by both creators, as if what Jack's Films did was bad too. He was criticizing her content. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to do his best to try to bring some light to the people that she's stealing from. So in my personal opinion, Jack's Films has done nothing wrong in this situation. So don't hit him with the from both content creators as if they're both equal in what they did. No, Sssniperwolf doxed him, which is a way bigger step than what Jack's Films has ever done to Sssniperwolf. So whatever, terrible response. People are ratioing the shit out of it. That being said, now that we're going to go into Sssniperwolf's response, which was posted a little bit later, like not too long later. So again, I feel like it was completely coordinated. And again, complete chat GPT kind of response. So we got, let me start by saying I'm sorry for my recent actions. It is inexcusable. I'm sorry to Jack's Films YouTube, the entire creator community, and the incredible fans for not being a better example for appropriate conflict resolution. What is this incredible fans shit? Jack's Films, while we certainly don't see eye to eye and have our differences, I am sorry for reacting the way I did when I should have taken the opportunity to show young creators how adults and professionals resolve conflict by communicating directly, respectfully, and privately, not for views or content, but a meaningful example of how conflicts should be resolved. I will reach out directly and hope we can find some time to connect and communicate respectfully. Yeah, so now you're deciding to after you already doxed his household. I'd also like to thank YouTube for holding me accountable. I deserved it. Respect the decision and appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from true lapse in my judgment. Yeah, I also got to thank YouTube for not completely destroying my whole entire internet, even though I deserve it. I don't deserve to have a platform. As soon as someone weaponizes their community the way she did, she does not deserve that community anymore. You know what I mean? You're taking advantage of something, which is the fact that you have an army filled with incels and you are trying to get jacksfilms in a really serious situation. So yeah, thank you YouTube. Thank you YouTube for not destroying my career and only giving me 2 weeks of a temporary monetization ban. You know what I mean? She doesn't give a fuck. And again, I like to remind people the way a YouTuber or a content creator responds immediately to a situation is how they actually feel. She doesn't care. She's joking about it on Instagram. She's playing the victim. She doesn't give a fuck, dude. A week later, her mind hasn't changed, but now she has to respond because YouTube is now punishing her. And as soon as big daddy YouTube has to do something, that's when you have to respond. Like, it's been 6 days and you've been uploading like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Oh, thank God YouTube only demonetized me for 2 weeks, even though they're out here demonetizing other channels for their content, even though their content is way more informative and, you know, important than Sssniperwolf reacting to some shitty content like, oh, things that boys never understand about women compilation. Like, who gives a fuck? And then you're gonna make a ooh ah face. Like, that's bullshit. That is complete bullshit. Like, I think this is one of the biggest L's YouTube has ever taken. I mean, again, a lot of us see this coming, but again, we're still extremely disappointed. Like, extremely disappointed. It's like knowing that you're not going to get any presents for Christmas. It comes and you still don't get any presents. It's like, I knew it was going to come, but I'm still disappointed about it because it's just not fair. And I feel like this whole entire situation is so unfair because it's like she's going to keep going. jacksfilms is probably going to have to move now. It's just a whole shit situation, and now her simps are celebrating like, ooh, see, our queen can never be touched. Like, YouTube needs to exactly change the policies, especially when it comes to favoritism, because I could probably do something off platform, and then all of a sudden, if YouTube catches wind of it, I get insta-banned. This sets a very scary tone to YouTube in general. Yeah, guys, it's okay if you go to other people's houses. It's okay if you take online beefs and make it personal. It's okay to dox, which is just so fucked up, and you know, I can't respect YouTube for that, and you know, I don't want to see what's gonna happen in the future because I feel like you know, they set something in motion here, which sucks. But anyways, that's all I really want to talk about. If you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe, and also let me know your opinions in the comments. Do you think YouTube properly punished her, or do you think YouTube completely went lenient on her and they could have done so much worse? But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.